All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Business Line Podcast. I'm your host, Brian. Who do we have with us today? Excited to have everybody here. We've got Manoj here from India and our team, our marketing team at Panacea. Manoj, say hi to everybody, bud.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Thanks for doing everything you're doing. We've also got Manish Singh. He's our marketing manager at the Panacea office over in India, in Delhi. How's it going, Manish?
Hey Brian, thanks for introducing me and that's so kind. Hey guys.
Good to see you, bud. And last but certainly not least, we have Matt, again, the franchise Dugan, helping us make sure we know what's going on, making sure that everything's working right and coaching us up. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Appreciate you being here.
Hey guys, happy to be here. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, you sound buttery smooth today. I don't know. Did you have like a herbal tea or something? Your voice sounds deep and ready to go.
I don't know. Maybe it's it might be the Colorado mountains, might be the coffee I drank, could be a lot of things. I don't know, right. Brian. We're getting ready for the daily blip. That's all I gotta say.
Nice. I like it. Oh, I almost forgot. He scooted back in here. You guys can't see him or hear him, but his presence is felt. My son, Declan Collins, is here too. He just waved. Someday I'll get him a mic and maybe a camera and you guys can see him. So anyway, let's get into it. Today being Wednesday, March 12th, what's going on in the world of our business and how it affects, our clients and as well as, you guys and everything else going on out there. So what I wanted to talk about first to get started is some cool things that we've got going on. Yesterday I had a big day, a lot of meetings. I talked about that in yesterday's episode. All of them but one happened. One of them with a fire department, a county fire department, basically about an hour or two before the meeting, they called in and said, "Hey, we gotta cancel. The department decided we're not going to be looking into these services with anybody. So maybe we'll pick it back up in a month or two, and we'll reach out." So we'll put them on the marketing drip and stay in touch with them and follow up, and maybe they'll get back on the calendar. That was a healthcare revenue cycle management lead. So other than that, had a bunch of good meetings, talked to some people, got 2 proposals out, and had a network assessment. I got an email, and I didn't get a chance to look at it. Jamie sent me a message, said, "Hey, we got an email from Cheryl at the organization I met with yesterday." She got back to me. What did she say? "Thank you again, and Joe, for stopping by yesterday. We did have one additional request, which we remembered after you left yesterday. As you are aware from our initial discussion, we're trying to get off of our on-site server. Could you provide a quote for PandaTech to transition our office off the on-site server and onto a cloud-based server? If you need more info from us and provide information or unable to provide a quote in this time in our meeting, let me know by next week." Cool. This was going to be in my proposal anyway, so it's good that in the conversations that we had and the presence that we had there doing the network assessment, it got them thinking, "Oh, we almost forgot to ask them to do this." But the issues they're having with their current provider and some of the things they're struggling with on site kind of led us to believe this is a good direction for them anyway. So this is good. And it's it's nice to get an email back from someone you just spent a couple hours with saying that they enjoyed the meeting. So this is what happens when you get out there. Win or lose this deal, we've made a friend. And I think I've always believed that comes back around in a positive way. So I think we've got a good chance with these guys. Super people. Got a chance to meet not only with the 2 people that have been tasked with finding a new IT company, but also a couple of their legal assistants. That was neat to kind of understand, how they're using their tech, some of the struggles that they have, and then got to meet with 2 of their attorneys in 2 different types of parts of the business. So that gave me some good angles with things that they struggle with when it comes to tech and support and stuff. So I think we've got some good info. We'll see how that goes. Next week, Wednesday, is our presentation. So I'll probably be all dudded up in nicer attire again on Wednesday. So you'll see that. We'll talk about a little bit of the prep, when that day comes. And hopefully the following day, I'll have some good news for everybody. We close a good deal. Today on the calendar is we've got another discovery meeting with a big eye clinic here in Wisconsin. They're looking for scribe or some sort of document help for all their doctors. They've got a number of locations in the Northwoods of Wisconsin, and we'll see. Eye clinics can be interesting. I think they're ophthalmologists, so just looking forward to learning more about what their issues are to see if we're a fit. So maybe I've got some good stuff to report on there. We've got a meeting with our attorney to discuss an issue that we're having with a client that's decided they want to leave, and that's fine. It's a part of business, and we want to do right by everybody involved. So we're going to figure out what the right way to go is there. That's about it. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on, and I'll cover some of that in my topic a little bit later. But how's things going for you guys? Matt, what's going on in your world?
So in my world, I think I might have mentioned this last time. We're doing more, internal growing the Pivot brand. So right now we just partnered up with a company to do our some email outreach for us.
Nice.
So we're in the process of putting together our lists, putting together our copy,
The
just
onboarding
setting
stuff.
up doing all the tech. So really excited for that. Yeah, we're in a good spot now where with our internal and client work, we've got good processes in place. So really just working on scaling and expanding the brand now is the goal for the next few months here.
Very cool. Quick question, because we don't get to talk about it a whole lot because we're always talking about how much you're helping us and that stuff. What's your team look like right now? How many people do you have kind of working on your team, moving and shaking and stuff?
Yeah. So I work with mainly 1099s.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
What
Still your team.
What I'm Yeah, still my team, still great people. Mainly what I have is, I have an animator, audio engineer, and then some video guys as well. And then I have a whole nother team actually for when we do the bigger budget video production. So I have a great partner out in Charlotte, North Carolina called CDS Visuals, a team of about 4 to 5 shooters. They've got these great cameras. They've got drones. The founder of the company, Cameron, he's a good buddy of mine. He's really they just do a great job. So I've got for podcasting and our other video side, pretty teams probably about I'd say 3 quote unquote part full time kind of.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe like 20 or so, and
Yeah.
and then I have a whole nother team for those big budget videos, which is really great to have because with stuff like that you just really need people that know those cameras, know how to set that up. So have a great team out there to they'll travel anywhere for those big budget videos.
Cool. It'd be cool sometime to have them on the show and talk to them about what it's like in their business world, how they grow, how they're successful. And I think that'd be cool. I think, there's parts of our audience that'd love to hear about how that business works.
No, definitely. And I'm sure I know for at least Cameron would love to go on. He's very active on LinkedIn and loves talking about that stuff. So no, I think that'd be really cool. It's a really cool world to be a part of, especially with guys like that where they work with a lot of different companies like me too, because
Right.
they're not full time, they're contractors. So just getting insight into their world and the different projects they're doing and the cool things they're doing. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Awesome. Cool. Make it happen. All right. Hey, Manish, what's going on with you, bud?
Hey, Brian. Yep. So my day is very busy as usual. Today I'm busy like hell. I have to complete some my content calendar
Yeah.
contents that I have planned for this month. So I need to complete those copies, email campaigns content, social media content. Let's see how much I can do today. So, and yes, I have to start account-based marketing. So I have to create some, email script for that I can send out to my prospects that I have made in the list. That's few things. I need to talk with my hiring teams more on the current hiring
Yeah.
status, like how many candidates we are bidding for particular roles. So these are the things in my plate for today.
Cool.
And yep.
Hey, I know about a month or so ago, we made some changes, took back over the IT marketing from a partner of ours that was doing a great job, but we just thought it was time. And you started using Glasshive for IT specific campaigns and stuff. How is that going? How do you like using it? I'm looking at the content and it looks great. I think you're doing a good job with it. The team's doing a good job. Tell me a little bit about, kind of your experience there and how you think it's helping us.
Okay, so basically, Glasshive, what I like in the Glasshive that is completely for the managed. If you are in MSP,
Yeah.
that is a good tool for you. So that would be helpful for your content creation and email campaigns for your targeted campaigns. And the good part is you can create your journeys. Let's say if you send out an email for 2,000 prospects and let's say 100 prospects opens your email and 50 clicked on that email. So what's your next step? If you want to automate your campaign, like send them the follow-up emails automatically, and if you want to, uh, if someone then if someone from the click contacts again click on your follow-up emails, but they are not booking any meetings, they are not submitting any forms on our website. So we can assign a person to call them in a Glasshive. So
Yeah.
Glasshive is a good tool for overall marketing purpose, marketing campaigns especially, and it can be used for the account-based campaign. It can be used for bulk email campaigns. What good thing I like about Glasshive, they have some AI integration and
Okay.
pre-built template for the marketing. Yeah,
Yeah, the visual templates, right? They had
yeah,
some
visual
sharp looking
templates
stuff.
yeah, with the content and everything. So, but there is a small drawback in Glasshive if I compare Glasshive towards Zoho campaigns.
Mhm.
So Zoho campaign designer has a variety of editing options.
Okay.
In Glasshive, there is a limitation.
Okay.
So we can't do anything on a manual. We can't upload anything in an HTML format. Let's say if we create a design on another software or third-party software and create an HTML, so we can upload in the Zoho campaigns, but in Glasshive we can't.
Hmm.
So few limitations are there, but overall it's good tool. If I compare the Zoho campaigns and Glasshive, the one thing that is very important for the marketers, so that is open rate of the emails when we send the campaigns from the Zoho campaigns. So I noticed that our open rate was not that much high. When I started using the Glasshive, I have seen a drastic change in the open
Much
rates.
better open
So
rate.
much better open rate.
So you think that has to do
So
with deliverability? Like it's getting to the destinations better as far as and not getting blocked as much and seen as spam because maybe the IPs it's coming from or what I don't know. What do you think?
exactly, exactly. So that is something Glasshive have. So I think most of the emails from the Glasshive lands in your inbox, not in
Yeah.
the junk and spam. So that's why we are getting the open rate higher than compare if we compare with Zoho campaigns.
Cool.
So overall, yeah, that is a good tool for campaigns.
That's exciting. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Manish. Manoj, do you have anything for us that you wanted to fill in? I know you're working hard. You're doing the podcast. What's kind of on your plate right now that is taking up most of your time?
Basically, I start like come office and take 15 or 20-minute break. First, assign my task,
Yeah.
and like every time I have done the with the development because of I'm with the fresh mind. So that's I start with the development, and then like the little bit work like the found the emails for the account based marketings, and the other things like the clients work which need to be done, like I today I have did the shark health banner work done.
Okay.
So that's the task, but yeah, most of the burden is done from today's.
Cool.
It's
Cool.
only pen clicks which have to design now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's coming along good. It's looking nice.
Yep.
I was just checking in. I know you're working hard. We're trying to get this new agreement process for IT that that we got the idea from Arsenal from, and we're so close to getting it. I know yesterday you and I were working really hard on getting the form to show up. I think it looks beautiful on the web page. It looks super nice. It functions well. We got the capture running, so hopefully that keeps a lot of false positives from creeping in. And the start page, the schedule a call to discuss is there, and it links to
Yep.
my calendar. So that's awesome. Yeah, I think the only thing is the video, right? The upload of
Yep.
the sales meeting. So, and once that's done, we can start to include this in our marketing outreach,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
hopefully we can drive traffic to this and kind of see if it starts working. I'm really seeing it. I'm curious to see if people start using it to at least build some agreements to see what they look like, because that data will show up.
Yep.
The one thing I wish was possible, maybe it is, and maybe we just don't have the right tools. It'd be really cool in the form if we could, like when someone puts an email in there, if there was a way to like legitimize the email address. That would be awesome. because we're going to get a lot of people that just put junk in there, and it's like, but either way, I'm excited. We're almost there. This last month or so, we've been putting a lot of work into this. And once this is done, we've got to do it for our other sites. But I think we've got the process in place, and it'll be quicker and easier. So good job there. Thanks, bud.
Yep.
And to everybody else too. I know Piyush, I know you help with it. I know you're not here with us, but if you're watching, you see this. Thank you to you too, and the rest of our team that's helping with SEO. And we're seeing improvements across the board for our sites. Leads are starting to come in from web form fills. Let's keep that up. Let's just keep that up. Good job, everybody. Okay. Let's move on. How's that sound? Does that sound good? So I was thinking about, I love we do this Doge section, but I was feeling it was getting a little bit stale. So I checked on Doge today. Not a whole lot of updates on Doge, but there was one yesterday. We'll cover it real quick. At 10 p.m., they said today NIH, National Institute of Health, canceled the following grants. $620K for an LGBT plus inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. Maybe this is controversial if I say this, and I'm not looking to make a bunch of people mad, but that is one of the most confusing phrases. I can't call it a sentence because the beginning of the quotation isn't capitalized and there's no period at the end, but that's confusing to me. An LGBT plus inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. Like, maybe somebody can explain that to me, because if you take, I guess, that population's definition of those things and put them together, they shouldn't necessarily be possible. I don't know. Synergy is weird there. I don't know. That's as far as I'll go with that. Another one. $699K. I don't know if you're showing this or not in the feed, Manoj, but almost $700,000 for studying cannabis use. Declan, that's drugs. Okay, drugs are bad, but cannabis use among sexual minority, gender diverse individuals. I guess we just need to know what happens to folks that identify in this way if they use weed. What do you guys, when you're hearing these first two things, what goes through your mind? I got to know. Matt, you're first.
I'm kind of on the same as you, and like you said, not to get super controversial, it's just factually the amount of people in that group of individuals, it can't be big enough to need that much money. Is that's where my head goes. It's just that group of people just is not that big enough to need that much money, in my opinion. That's where my mind
to
goes
study
initially.
that. It's so obscure and so pinpoint laser focused on, because the more words you put into that soup, the less number of people or individuals that fit into that mold, and the overall impact that studying a group of those, let's say you're studying 5 of those people and their lifestyle over the course of whatever time it takes, and you're controlling variables, you have a control group and you have another one, and you're studying all this, and that money's not going to them to help them with their lives. It's going to somebody sitting, with a pen and paper. And what the first thing that goes to my mind, Deck, you're not going to understand this because you've probably never seen these videos, but you guys ever seen those Saturday Night Live skits of the people that get abducted by aliens, and they're sitting in front of the couple government people getting interviewed, and they're asking them questions, and they're saying all this weird off the wall stuff? It's really funny, quasi inappropriate for a certain age group, but it's really, that's what this reminds me of. It's like people, okay, you go out and live this way, and you go into now come in every couple of days, and we're going to ask you a bunch of questions and see what happens. That's what is the point, honestly? Maybe we can find somebody that can convince me that there is a good point. But, and again, I'm not doing that to make anybody mad. It's just, it's a legitimate question. And I think it's completely true. There's a lot of people that pay a lot of money in taxes that if this was to cross their desk in their house or their kitchen table and they had to say yay or nay on it, I'd probably say 90% of them would say nay. It's probably better things we could be doing. I passed 20 people who don't have homes and can't eat on the way home from work today. Could we do something about that? That works? Help them with their life choices and get them in a place where they can sustain, some sort of purpose in their life and grow from there, right? Anyway, I digress. Let's real quick. $740K for examining social networks among Black and Latino sexual minority men in New Jersey. There's another one. It's just like how many more words can we add to this descriptive soup of somebody who might exist, and let's throw money at it. $50K for assessing sexual health among LGBTQ plus Latinx youth in an agricultural community. Okay. $75K for researching structural racism. Anyway, shenanigans. Come on, we can do better. We can do better, I believe. And putting this in the light is helping with that. But I didn't want to focus too much on that. How we do it? Okay. I wanted to say, okay, there's not much happening here. And this is just, we've just been focusing on kind of the X feed on updates. But there's these tabs. There's a savings tabs and a payments tab and a spend and a workforce and regulations and a join. I've already joined. You should join just so you can see this stuff. I think it's cool. Savings tab is kind of neat. If you guys click on that, Manoj, if you click on that and move over to that, you'll see there's big headlines, estimated savings, amount saved per taxpayer. Now, I heard a statistic on our overall national debt. Every tax-paying citizen owes over $100,000, would have to pay back about $100,000 out of their pocket if as collectively as a country, we wanted to pay off the national debt. 99% of us can't do that, right? Or more, probably way more than 99%, 99.99% probably. Estimated savings, 105 billion, combination of asset sales, contract lease cancellations, renegotiations, fraud, improper payment deletion, grant cancel. So it explains what that is. And there's the agency efficiency leaderboard. This is kind of cool. I love gamification of this kind of stuff. It's something I want to do in our company better as we grow, because I think we can really get people competitive and pumped up for, getting good results. The GSA, General Services Administration, is number one right now on the efficiency leaderboard, tracking progress across federal agencies. I wish it would say what they're at, but it doesn't. And that's okay. But the top 10, GSA is doing the best when it comes to savings. Department of Education, number 2. EPA, number 3. DOL, Department of Labor, number 4. OPM, Office of Personnel Management, is that's what OPM is. Okay, I remember bringing them up the other day. DOI, Department of the Interior, USDA, Agriculture, SSA, Social Security. You could save a lot of money if you stop paying 300-year-old people their Social Security checks. Treasury, Department of Treasury, HHS, Health and Human Services. They're the ones kicking the most butt. Who is doing the least? Who is winning the toilet bowl right now? Well, we've got the Department of State, NASA, Department of Energy, Department of Transportation, DOJ, Department of Justice. There's fuzzies on my mic. Department of Defense, Commerce, NIH, Health Institute of Health, SBA, and VA. They're the ones that have the least savings right now. They could either be doing the worst because they're cutting the least, or maybe they were doing the best and not overspending. So maybe I shouldn't call them the winners of the toilet bowl, because they could have been in the best shape before and they'd have less to cut. I don't know. It doesn't show me the stats right here, but that's okay. There is a wall of receipts. I think this is cool. Bureau of Land Management, EODEIA support, uploaded on the 13th of February. The value of that contract was $440,000. Savings, the biggest contract it shows on here is Corporation for National and something. Change Management and Business Professional Services for National Community Service. Okay, $3.204 million is the value, total value of, and that's a lot of money. Savings, Bureau of Land Management, $145,000 saved by EODEIA support. I wonder if that's that DEI stuff. I don't know. I should probably look at that in deeper before I make too many comments. Golly. Grants, displaying 6,289 grant termination totaling $15 billion in savings. Descriptions are forthcoming. The top 6 it shows on the snapshot here are all Department of Education. 8.4 million, 4.8 million, 6.6 million, 3.1 million, 7.5 million, 1.4 million. Adds up. Real estate, there's so much here. But what I wanted to talk real quick about is if you go over onto payments, I think this is pretty cool. So without reading everything verbatim, take a look at this, everybody, if you get a chance. You click on, when you're in there, you click on the payments tab, and you can see all payments by agency, office, by org, by request date. And there it just shows like the agency acronym with, I think that number next to them is the amount of payments. If you click on one of those, it turns blue. And you're like, nothing happened. Is it supposed to take me somewhere or something? Nope. You just click on it and scroll down a little bit, and it'll display them. So for instance, I clicked on NIH. There's 24,854 payments. And then you go down there, and it's just going to show you the top maybe 15 or 20 or something. But you can go to the bottom and click View All, and you can scroll through all 24,000 of them. If you have time, energy. I don't, and I'm not going to. Everybody would click away if they haven't already. But it's pretty cool to see the agency, the receipt, the award description, the payment date, and the payment amount. So this is the kind of transparency that as taxpayers, we should just, listen, I'm not going to look every day, but like if I get, motivated to see what's going on, I should be able to easily go and see what's up. And now you can. What's bad about this? Anything? You guys, can you think of anything that this is like, why this is negative? Because there's a lot of, if you watch the news, there's a lot of negative news about Doge. Like, I think this is what the government owes the people that gives it money to do things.
I mean, you look at any business, you look at any successful business, and they have teams of 100 people sometimes of quality control. All this is how I look at it, is quality control, and just ensuring that we're tracking things as business owners. Like Brian, we have subscriptions sometimes and we just forget about them. Not malicious, we just forget about them. So you need these things in place to help because people are so busy. So no, I agree with you there. I think it's a good thing.
I mean, just like, how the internet reacts to things. You told me yesterday about the Southwest Airline things. They're announcing maybe they're going to make you have to pay for more bags or something. Boom, internet blows up. Fight corporations. They're just trying to whatever. Okay. Well, their thing is they're trying to increase their bottom line. They're a business. That's what they're made to do. If that's not going to work, the people will speak and they will buy less tickets and they will change their things. That's how you kind of negotiate how things work. Anything's worth what someone's going to pay for it. But if this is what has to happen or is happening, and we check periodically, and you see something that just seems crazy, you naturally ask questions, brings it to the forefront, and maybe we find out that this isn't what we should be doing, and someone, maybe, a politician picks it up, or someone somewhere that's responsible for it or wants to be responsible for it is loud enough and makes a change, right? So like, it's funny, like Georgia State University got, they got a payment on the 6th of $68,000 for their state research institute. So state research institution, foundation, and laboratory. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they've got a grant from the NIH to do something. I bet you we could probably search and find out what they're doing pretty quick, right? This is cool. And then, there's the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. They're getting, it's funny, a couple grand, lots of grand, more grand, only a couple hundred, $9, $3 payment. It's like, it's everything. It's the big and the little. I think that's pretty cool. There's a lot of different payments going to I've never heard of the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, but I bet you if we look them up, we could learn a little bit more. Maybe they're doing good, maybe they're not. But it goes on. I'm scrolling a long way before I get past that. Trustees of Columbia University in the city of New York. So people always wondering, where's the government money going? Where's the grant money going? Now we can see it. That's just the NIH. If you're big on, let's see, HRSA, HRSA, you can look that up. SAM, HSA, ETA, CMS, all these things, USAID, That's one that's real controversial lately. You can see that. Holy cow. Catholic Relief Services, USCC, award description, BHA, RFSA. I don't know what that means. A little over $1 million. There's a payment. 33 grand, 24 million to provide emergency food assistance to people facing severe acute food insecurity in Ethiopia. And this payment went to Catholic Relief Services, USCC. I got no problem with that, right? If we're spending 24 million to help people that need food and it's literally happening and it's effective. Here's another thing, not to jump down the rabbit hole again. Typically governments, if we look into it, governments are really bad at doing things really good, right? Because no one's watching. They just assume it's good. Now we're watching. My guess is that maybe Catholic Relief Services is doing a really good job, right? So this is what you can do now that you know. If you really want to know if we're helping Ethiopia, with people who need food, we can look up, because I'm guaranteeing they're a 50. I can't guarantee, but I'm pretty confident they're a 501c3. This means their annual reports by law have to be posted and be public information. So we could go look up their annual reports online. They probably post them on their website. We could look them up and we could probably find a line item of their receipts for this money, and they have to show in their programs and stuff where it's going. So we can dig into that stuff. But without this, we just don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway, cool stuff. Segue, this made me think, am I doing a good job with our business? And the answer is not as good as I could be. No, I think I could be doing much better. At least in my responsibility, marketing and sales. So, Manish, I'm pretty sure you're doing a pretty good job, but I think we need to communicate a little bit more on those kind of things to make sure the things that you guys are doing and getting as results are lining up with what we're doing on the sales side. And it's taught me a couple things. Like I've got, between healthcare services and IT, I've got about 30 active leads. Probably about a sixth of those are really strong 30 active opportunities, more leads, but active opportunities where I'm engaged with people to either from an inside sales standpoint to upsell them on something and they're already clients, or new clients to bring in. That's a good book. That's a lot of people to manage for one person. And that's me. I'm not whining, not a victim. But it's telling me you can only juggle so much. I can run my part of the business. I can manage and I can close deals. But if I try to be awesome at all those things, I'm only going to, I'm only going to maybe be mediocre at best. Right. So that's going to,
I agree. I completely agree. You require a person inside sales or something.
Yeah, I need that.
Yep.
Someone to help me coordinate, and then I need a sidekick that's going to follow me around for a couple months, learn what I can do, so I can just hand them over to get good at that. So, yeah, I mean, I can do better. And one of the things I think as a company we could do better is track our data better and figure out a way to aggregate it in a way to where it's in front of our eyeballs more often, clearly, so that we can make the right kind of decisions on either what we need or what we do next, right? Otherwise, it's just a guessing game.
Yeah. That sounds good.
How do you track your stuff, Matt, for your business? How are you staying on top of things?
So honestly, I could be doing a little better too. I'm a very, very daily list guy. So what I do is just for like my day to day, I have a list of 3 things that I call my non-negotiables. So that means no matter what meetings I get involved in through the days, I take care of those 3 things no matter what. And then I have a to-do list. So my non-negotiable list has been really helpful because you can get so busy during the day and things can get pushed. But I think it's important to have 3 things no matter what comes up in your day to finish that. And then other than that, I really, we use Monday for kind of a CRM kind of task tracking kind of thing, but that's on my to-do list. I'd like to do more. I'd like to hold I could be doing better, I think. And I think a little bit of that is getting some sort of technology involved that, tracks and more of that. I think that's probably the next move for me. But yeah, for now, I'm a big daily to-do list guy is really how I honestly do it for my day to day.
Are you like that in your personal life too? Are you a list maker and a checker offer? And if you don't have your list, it kind of creates anxiety and frustration?
I wouldn't really say frustration, anxiety. I mean, I can go without it, but I think it just really helps me out. It really gives me that satisfaction when you physically cross things out too.
Yeah.
So I really like that. But yeah, in my personal life, yeah, I'm a big reminders guy on my phone too, so it pops up there. But yeah, it just, if I don't have my list, I wouldn't say like it doesn't
It
really give
doesn't
me
bother
anxiety.
you.
It doesn't bother me, but it definitely, without it, things will definitely slip, and I will, I used to be the kind of guy that was like, oh, I'll remember to do that. You never really do. You got to write
Yeah.
it down. So that's kind of what I realized.
Okay. Yeah. So it seems like we're similar in that way because I'm similar. The trick is I'll put those things in place and then I'll start to avoid the list. I'm like, there it is. Go do something else. You know what I mean? But
Yes, exactly.
like my wife, Declan, your mom is amazing with lists but if she doesn't have her lists, it'll drive her crazy because all that stuff will be inside. But she'll make a list and boom, 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 and she's just really good at following that and getting things done. But yeah, I'm the same way. If I don't have reminders, if I don't have people and things in place, then I'll get distracted by either urgent or non-important things that I tell myself are important to do. I like that. Did you learn that top 3 thing from somewhere? Did you just kind of pick that up along the way, or?
Yeah, it was a mentor of mine. Right when I graduated school, one of my first jobs out of school before Pivot Studios, it was one of our trainers. He actually, he taught us how to do. He taught me the non-negotiable, and ever since then, it really stuck to me. So yeah,
Sweet.
I think John Forehand was his name. So if John's ever out there listening, I still use the non-negotiable list.
He was a mean tennis player. No, cool. John Forehand. All right. Very cool. I love that. I mean, mentors have a big impact on our lives. And sometimes I don't even know they're our mentors, but they have these big impacts. I remember one of my bosses early on too, I was struggling with time management. And they're like, Brian, if you don't start to learn to use your calendar, you're not going to last very long. You're not going to work. You're not going to last in this business or any business. And I was like, duh. And I then immediately have flashbacks to high school to where like all the really smart, organized people in my classes had their little planners that the school would give out every year at the beginning of the year. And they're like, got to get homework done. They were boom, 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 boom. I'm like, this is stupid. You don't need that. Just go with it, Yeah, you need that. The earlier you learn that, the better. That was before cell phones and stuff. We actually had to write stuff down back in the olden days. Cool. That was good. I appreciate that. Couple little things before we wrap up here. It's about time to call it a day. I'm lining up a special guest, one of our clients, a CEO of one of our clients, to come on in maybe in the next week or so. So she's going to come on. We're just kind of I'm putting together. She wanted, hey, what kind of questions you're going to ask and things like that. So I put together something. I'm going to send that to her and then work out the day. But she's going to come on and we'll do a little interview, testimonial style, and then the second segment of that we'll talk about her kind of business journey. And if she wants to stick around for a little bit and comment on what we're talking about and doing, that would be cool too. But so that's starting to work. I'm working on that, guys. That's just another thing that I think I need to find somebody to help me with. So cool. This has been a good show. Thanks everybody for your input. Declan, are you awake over there? Yeah, he said he's awake. I don't believe him. He's half asleep. Anyway, thanks everybody. Let's wrap this thing up. Episode 12, the Daily Blip, the Daily BLP. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.